Eric Olson with Smart Pot, the original fabric growing container, and welcome back to the Growing Revolution Smart Podcast. And our guest this week is Genvieve Bessette with Shop Agricole in Canada. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. They're one of our long-standing supporters up in Canada, and I wanted to get her on the podcast to talk about her background, the store, and how Smart Pot products have helped their customers. Genvieve, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you for your time. So can you please introduce yourself, maybe a little bit about your gardening background prior to Le Shop Agricole?
I studied biology. Always been interested in like the whole area, like the whole, like about growing, but like as a whole. I mean, the soil, the important, like what is important to have like a complete system. And we were seeing back like 12 years ago, the urban area was growing and growing, and the cities are growing, and people, like, they have always less place to grow. And we wanted my generation and the future generation and everyone like to learn back or learn how to grow and be surrounded by plants. And because all the new urban area, like, it's difficult to grow over that, like, we were looking for the perfect container to grow. And I used to work with organic growers, vegetable growers, greenhouse grower, for helping them with their soil fertility. And I've always been very interested in the soil fertility and how to build the soil. Always been like a very great way to always improve like your growing system. So it's pretty much like I translate all what I've learned with the organic growers, commercial grower, to urban agriculture, so everyone, like, they can grow and have like a good result. Because those organic growers, they don't have much money, they don't have staff, they are very reduced, they don't have much things, so they are very, very wise and they are inventing a very good technique to help them to grow without all the support that a commercial, like, regular grower would get.
Yes.
So
nice.
I'm very influenced by that.
So how many years has Le Shop been around for, and can you explain what your services are?
We've been around for pretty since 2010 actually, but it was on a different name. But we changed for La Shop Agricole because we changed the spirit, like all the vision, what we wanted to do. Our mission is to grow everything everywhere. So we have a garden center, we have a nursery, greenhouse. We do landscaping, but mostly eatable landscaping. We are mostly in eatable plants. So we grow inside. We design indoor growing system for school, for restaurant, where we grow downstairs the restaurant greens and sprouting. And we teach them how to grow themselves, so we don't have to import as many vegetables from California, which is super far away from Canada, so even more far away in our east area. So
yeah. No doubt. Reducing
and
your
it's
carbon
fresher.
footprint and having fresh produce as close as possible is good for everybody. So,
We grow over rooftop a lot. It's we design rooftop like for medical center, for like commercial, like publicity, like for everyone, like even on rooftop of a restaurant, rooftop of buildings, uh, residential buildings.
yeah, I think rooftop growing, for like supermarkets and restaurants is going to be ever more increasingly popular as we go forward because right now that space is just unused, really, when it could be productive for, I guess, either solar panels or for growing food. So that's awesome that you guys are focusing on the urban gardener and helping them be more productive. How did you come across Smart Pot products, and how do they benefit your customers, in your opinion?
It was a long time ago, over 10 years now. We were in the United States just visiting, and we saw a nursery. And there were all those big trees in those fabric planters. So we were using at that time plastic containers, and they were not very efficient for many reasons. We couldn't grow like everything that we wanted to do, like perennial, for example. They don't pass through winter super easily. It's we need to do something. So, and even trees and all that. We bought some Smart Pot and we tried them here in Canada, and to expand our company and get more, like, be more efficient, we decide to ask to distribute the product here in Canada. We didn't want urban agriculture to be only in like in certain like big cities. We wanted urban agriculture to be available for everyone. Like, we wanted to transfer all the technique and the information, and we sometimes you go through internet and you see nice picture of Chicago or nice picture of urban agriculture in different city, but we wanted Montreal to be pioneer and be like in the front line and show rest of the world what we're able to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And Smart Pot, it changed our whole like vision, because it's like I frequently compare Smart Pot to for a painter, an artist. It needs canvas, and it needs something to paint on. And the Smart Pot was the canvas, and you can decide to grow like anything, the color, the texture, and it was just like now you can use your creativity.
Nice, nice. If you actually scroll back on our Instagram feed, somebody, and I think they might have actually been in Canada, did some chalk art using a Smart Pot actually as a canvas, and it was really cool. I think we posted it maybe like a year ago or so. So yeah, a Smart Pot is the canvas to help you grow your best plants. And kind of going along that, you had told me before our interview that you actually helped to create some of our current products. How did that come about, and which products are those that you helped out on?
The first one was the big round bed, the big bag bed. We wanted to grow like different vegetable that doesn't need a very deep deep containers. We only needed like 12 inches was enough for us, and we wanted to have a large area, like a large surface of growing, and not much, because we were designing rooftop gardens with, of course, tomato, eggplant, peppers, but we wanted also to introduce beans, radish, lettuce, onion, and garlic. So we wanted like more surface, and we also wanted to provide for the more like someone that only have like a little balcony that doesn't have much space, like the opportunity to grow a whole like 4x4 like raised bed. And they were super heavy. They were made of woods most of the time, and the balcony cannot handle that much weight. And it's also hard for someone like getting on the metro or a bus to like buy that big thing and go like with it. Like we wanted something that is super light. And a lot of women, they were telling us like, my husband will never build anything for me, or like it would, if I ask him, like it won't happen, like or it's gonna take like 10 years before he's gonna build something. And we wanted something super easy, just unfold, fill it with dirt and ready to plant. We wanted to avoid as many technical problem as possible, and that was like, it was the key.
Yeah, absolutely.
So people in 10-12 years ago, gardening wasn't very popular. Like it wasn't like the trend that we have right now, and we had to persuade the people that it was a fun activity, because most of the people, they were saying, I don't have time to just take care of something else. For them, it was like taking care of something else, it was not like something pleasant, or like it was not in a happy place to do something like that.
Yeah, gardening can be work. So we always, recommend that if you're new to gardening, start small, start with a few plants, don't get overwhelmed by your garden out the gate. Because, growing, it's sun and water and Mother Nature and air, but you have to do a little bit of work here and there.
If you avoid all the problem of root circling, of overwatering, if you avoid the root rot, like all those problems that the beginner doesn't know much how to resolve those problems, like it would be way more easier, and you can convince someone just with one pot. We were giving them away sometimes. Like we were buying those big box of smart pot, and we were just giving them away, because we knew that when they will try it, they will want to buy more and increase and talk about it to their friend. And it's exactly what happened. Like it got super big, and now here in our area, everyone knows what the fabric bag is, and it's a smart pot. Even if it's competition or another product, they're saying it's a smart pot. Yes. I know that. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's like Kleenex. Every tissue that you blow your nose with is a Kleenex, and every fabric pot is a smart pot. For better or for worse. We're happy to be the first, because if you're not first, you're last. I heard that somewhere. What would you say your typical customer is like at Le Shop?
We have a lot of families. People between 25 to even elders. Like, it's because we're a garden center, so like everyone's coming, but we have more, the people that come at our shop, they're coming because they want a technical service. They want a technical service. They don't want someone that just scratched a little the surface. They want to know, and they want to know how. Mm-hmm. And we have a very, very good customer service. We take time. We have fun. We put music. I always wanted to have like a skateboard vibe, like a skateboard shop vibe in our store.
Skate shops were always fun back in the day.
Sometimes like there's rap music in the store, and like even if it's like grandpas and grandmas coming in, like it's rap today, okay? So you need to listen to that because it's our vibe. No, but I mean, I have like a fun and down on earth, and we don't want people to feel guilty about what they're doing, and we're not. I always say, if you know that like your customer have said something like that you know it's wrong to do, don't make a face or don't make him feel guilty about what he's done. Like, don't make, oh, you shouldn't do that, or make him, no, it's like, it's okay, and be like very, like, take it as an experience and be very positive. We always want people to feel good about themselves and feel like it's no big deal. After all, it's just plants, you know, like it's not, don't make it like, I want people to have like the best experience. So we are very careful about the product that we carry. We don't buy cheap China-made things that break all the time. I'm always try to keep all the OG product, the product that I know they're made in US or they're made in Europe, or they are very good at it won't break. So people, sometimes they pay a little more, but they have the best experience, and I think it's more valuable. It's in your value. We always defend Smart Pot, for an example, because we know that it's made in the US by people that have good like a good salary. They work in a good, safe place. It's not slavery, almost slavery like in other country, or bad, a dangerous workplace or anything like that. We want, I know it's more expensive, but we need to pay like what's important for us, and we want something that doesn't break after just one use. We're using those on rooftop. We don't want it to break.
Yeah.
We want it to be
last for years.
Very long lasting. Oh yeah, because when a big building owner give us the they trust us. They give us the trust that we can do it. It's very important that we don't with that trust.
Yep, yeah, exactly. So you had kind of mentioned the fun, kind of easygoing vibe at the store, and that goes, with the employees as well. How have you found your employees over the years, and what would you say like separates a good employee from a great employee?
I like my employee that walk fast. I don't want like slow walking. That's no. I want people. I love the waitresses. Like, I know, those are so nice. Like, because they know everyone. They talk to everyone. They're they are happy to learn about stuff, and they're positive, and they're used to work fast, you know, and not. But even if they're working fast, they're talking. They're like, ah, ha, ha, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like I like that, you know, and being sometimes we're a little we're making sex jokes, or just like stupid things that we're saying, and we're just having fun, and the customer are just laughing, and it's just like a show. I like that. Like I like and I like when the people they're very customer friendly and but technical. I like everyone has their like I have someone that really knows about the nursery, and other people that know more about fertilization, and we're happy to introduce the good help. Like, for example, if I don't know much about perennials, I won't be the person that tried to explain all that. I'm just gonna introduce my coworker that knows more, and she knows best. Like, she's gonna help you out and be able to give props to the good people, and be very teamwork, but be efficient.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we want to have fun, but we play hard. Like, we work hard.
Yeah.
Like,
work hard and play hard makes for a good work environment. And I always tell people that when you're in retail and brick and mortar retail, it's really all about the experience for the customer, because products you can get online, you could get in a big box store, but people go to that specialty garden store for the people, the knowledge, and the experience. So that's awesome to hear that that's what you guys are focusing on, because I think that's the winning formula.
We have a lot of books behind the shelf, a lot of technical books, and we always, when we give information, we say to the people, take a picture of that thing that I showed you, so you can keep the information on your phone. It's not a piece of paper that you're gonna lose or anything. And I have a lot of agriculture books and agriculture technical website. It's all in our favorite, and on the iPad. We have an iPad. We have actually 2 iPads on the counter, and there's always like for pest management, for weeds, for everything. So we don't talk about information like your grandma gave you like 50 years ago. It is just like you use vinegar and I don't know what, but like things that we know that doesn't work very well. Like, we always try to provide the best information, and we're very into and the people, they really like that about us. Like, we do soil testing, complete soil testing, because we are saying, like, if we don't know what's in the soil, like, we cannot say anything. Like, and it's not on a picture that I have all the information. Like, I have no idea what's the environment. So
right.
Yeah.
Nice. So kind of going along the lines of knowledge is power, I noticed on your website that you guys do classes. What classes are you teaching?
I do about starting your seedling, how to do your pest management, how to introduce beneficial insect, about fertilization, organic fertilization, and soil fertility. We do about container growing, We do about irrigation system. Irrigation system is pretty big in our company. Water is the key, and yeah, we teach that. And also about just technique. We also have like a class about technique, the technique that helps you increasing your yield and quality, like using shadow black tarps for killing the weeds, or composting in your garden the green manures or cover crop that you've done, using green manures and cover crops, using floating cover tarp. You have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The white, yeah, it's a blanket for plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that. So we teach them all pretty much the organic growing tips that we're giving to, but for amateur gardening.
Yeah, nice. So Canada has pretty long and hard winters. Would you say that your business is very seasonal, or are you still busy in the wintertime?
We're still busy, but for different reason. We're still we plan on shut the store October 31, and we're gonna reopen January 15, because we're doing manufacturing. We are distributing product through the East Canada. So, and we need to prepare ourselves for February, where it's going crazy.
Yeah.
So we need to manufacture and sell and ship, and yeah.
Nice.
And prepare for the next season. But yes, winter is pretty hardcore here. It's less and less with climate change, but because right now it's 20 degrees and it should be like around 5 degrees. So it's really rare that right now it's so hot. But we were selling geodesic dome, like a kind of a greenhouse. We are trying to have yield even like in December. We're still harvesting, and it's good. But after Christmas, I would say it's totally stopped. We do indoor growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because exactly we're even, we sell tents for cannabis, but for growing vegetable to our customer. It's pretty funny. Yeah, and they're growing everything in those.
Yeah.
Like,
well, when you're addicted to growing, you don't want to be limited by the season. So yeah, whether you're like a pepperhead or a tomato junkie, we have lots of Smart Pot customers doing it year round indoors with traditional crops. You had kind of mentioned cannabis. How would you say the current cannabis state is in Canada, and what would you change, if anything, about it?
In Quebec, which is it's our state, it's illegal to grow 4 plants like the rest of Canada. Right now, it's in court right now, because the Prime Minister is really against cannabis. So he's really hard on all the legislation, and it's been reconduct for 4 years again, like so.
I don't know much about, your prime minister, but just from what I know of him, I would have thought he would be more liberal towards cannabis.
Oh, Justin Trudeau, yeah, but he's the Canada, but or Prime Minister of Quebec.
Oh, okay.
Or state. Yes, he doesn't want like the four plants at home. There's right now there's a lot of license for medical growing, and it goes to 260 plants per license. But there's a lot of I would say criminal group that also have those license, and there's also all the regular commercial growers. So it doesn't right now, it doesn't go well, but there's no money to make, actually.
Yeah. It sounds like Canada, commercial cannabis just massively overproduced and overbuilt, way beyond what the demand was for the product. So it sounds like a lot of the large corporations are, shutting down their operations and, really scaling back to where really it should be. I mean, the market, the free marketplace, dictates all, as it should. So, hopefully things, kind of level out in Canada, and, people are able to be profitable and make money, and customers are able to get what they want at a fair price. So time will tell.
We're not able right now to do any like publicity, marketing on cannabis. It's illegal. We cannot promote any product with cannabis. All the recreational sellers, they're owned by the government. So there's no private like recreational seller.
So all the dispensaries are owned by the government?
Yes.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes. So they decide everything. So
well, we all know that government knows best, and they're really good at running businesses. So hopefully they'll figure it out sooner than later. But now that you told me that it's government run, I don't have much hope for you guys. Grow your own. That's the best way to go, I guess. Yeah. So I guess I had one last question. Do you have any, I guess, funny stories from customers that you have, or, is there like a long-standing customer that just kind of jumps out in your mind? And anything to kind of end this on a funny light note?
I think we don't have like I don't have like a very very funny like story, but I know that people they're doing a lot of things with the smart pot, like they're growing more and more like different like I would say tropical plants like fig and citrus, and now they're commercial greenhouses, like a facility that grows citrus and fig and like now it's kind of crazy for us that they're doing that, and we're pretty happy that in our winter land that it's now on, and really happy about that. But maybe that a few years ago we did an orchard in 200-gallon smart pot. We had pear tree, we had apple tree, plum trees, and it was like we had many of them, and they were right beside they were first in the botanical garden, and then they switched to the Olympic stadium. They were all around the Olympic stadium, and then they had those party on, and they were sleeping on those containers, and they were using them for other things. It's just a orchard. And we used to do all the booths for the jazz festival with also Smart Pot orchard. We had like all those trees again, and we were at night installing all that around the jazz festival, and people, they were drinking and puking and just botched their cigarette in those, and it was like so bad because it was just like a party.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and we couldn't do anything about that. Like, it was just like the way it is.
Yeah, I'm sure that must have been a fun cleanup job.
Yeah, people, like, they were just like, it was just like part of the whole, like, they didn't care much. And we have a lot of Smart Pot into those parks, and by like non-beneficial, how do you say, not benefit organisms?
Yeah, NGO.
Exactly.
Or non-profit organization.
They buying a lot of Smart Pot, and they are like, they're closing street, and they do a landscape in the street with those, and there's a lot of people stealing the Smart Pot. So I'm always saying, like, use 30 gallon and above, because if you don't want them to be stealing your pot, like,
yeah, I would say
they need to be heavy.
Yeah, people who know, how good a Smart Pot is to grow in. Unfortunately, there are opportunistic folks out there. I have heard that story before, unfortunately. So yeah, I would agree. If you're a business and you don't want your Smart Pot stolen out in front of it, go with like a big bag bed, which is now our round raised bed, or our linear raised bed planter, the long version. So awesome. Hey, Genvieve, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but this has been really fun to get to know you and your background, and learn more about how we're being used up in Canada. So on that note, thank you so much for your time joining us on the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day.
You too. It was a pleasure.